Careful now!
Careful now, that's a trap.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry and out for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere's safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off in the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid
Oh,
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What, did you expect it to have an entourage? Can you believe this? The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues, of all things.
Pure madness! How could someone be so utterly naive?
Agreed. Call me skeptical, but a little proof goes a long way for the rational mind.
Source hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
Summon Spider!
Vanquish them!
Try to resist this, worm!
Death is its own deliverance.
Stand down before I put you down!
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside?
Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
We can't well turn away from such an odious show of source. Let's investigate the tomb and see what answers it might reveal.
Indeed. For all we know, these dark-dealing thieves may be involved with Councillor Jake's murder.
I don't know much, but I do know this. Wherever black robes tread, chaos follows.
It's locked. Careful, there's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken. I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
I've spotted something.
It's short work of that door, but I don't imagine our weapons would survive such use for long.
Let's get some feet wet. Careful now, that's a trap. Better to detonate that mine safely than trip over it myself. Dynamic force!
much as those other fellows. I admit the king's stone was pretty, but hardly as tasty as a nice crumb of stale bread. Oh well, whatever tickles your whiskers.
I play with fire.
You get burned!
This seems to be broken.
I've spotted something. What's this? I found something.
I'm drenched.
I've spotted something. Voices downstairs.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
ropes are
Something
soaked.
isn't right.
You better hope there's no
It
hint
could
of
be
a
an
flame in this
ambush.
place. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. No one can get in here but us and the boss. You don't know that!
They say the matriarch of my clan was the first to sample the mummified flesh of the last Source King.
Ho-hum.
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead? A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where is it in life? I toil to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profaners and poachers. The legacy of Cecile is mine to preserve. Her traitors are mine to destroy. Strange indeed, robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. The Bloodstone, deliver it now, and I may deign to end you quickly. I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha! Run if you like, Defiler. Would you...
They but flies to this queen. My power is your power.
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
Your grave opens to welcome you.
Pass that bottle, would you, Julius? My throat's dry.
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single horn in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Scythiel. We're legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs, for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We of the Legion, liberators of Rivellon.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius? Aye, a noble word for watchdog, that. For that is what we do. Watch over the local dogs that ever so often aim for one another's throat, and separate them to keep the peace. Separate by the sword, that is.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay. Legion's motto.
Just put a sock in it, will you, Bibius?
Ever kept the watch? Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. I do declare it's time for this hunter to take another shot. Huzzah! So, you're source hunters, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a 2-bedroom birdcage. They don't prove a thing.
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one.
The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
Agreed. A wizard is back.
Capital. Come along. We're not far from the... What the hell's is happening down there? Orcs? Bloody orcs? Come, let's go back to the bridge. Get a source hunters handle them big roots. those ornaments.
Commander.
Damn traitor.
How very
Where are
curious.
Vivius and Junius?
And
They hear the
disquieting.
fight?
I like you much better with your guts on the
Vengeance
floor.
will be ours.
Oi, the Soul Santa! Nice to see these winds are blowing more than we legionnaires are loyal servants to Captain Arius, and the Council of Bloody Orcs are at it again. Beats me what on earth they want in Sicil. This is their second attack within as many weeks, and their second defeat. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship. It's hard to say. That ship needs attention, and fast, or she's as good as sunk. Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs? It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the Cur's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot.
Hail, Source Hunter! Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these cursed beaches. The Legion welcomes you. Bloody orcs of that rat. They may need help. I'm not beats me what trick. Whatever the cur.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded were... Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil.
When this little challenge fades, she'll liberate the flesh from our faces. Come now, enough human doing. Can't do this. It's like wasted all sense. Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sakes. She wouldn't hurt a fly. And I won't let you hack a horn on her head.
Taken before his time, far before his time.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house. What fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a backstage circular from youthful gore?
You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I, so you were, and so... There we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, The local commander of the Legion insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow. A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack. And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts, a shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand. Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane. Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The Orc siege is yet another hairball stuck in this city's already choking throat, and it shows no signs of abating. We've cordoned off the western beach where most Orc activity has been reported. For the 9 lives of me, I can't seem to figure what they're doing here. There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Maybe they're after so, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To be out in the night. To stop, but of course it's handy to speak in more. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain once you're there, just take the stairs. And with that, I bid you adieu.
Undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap, Ahu?
We mustn't let the flame spread to the harbour.
What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
What if the orcs are sending another fleet? We mustn't let the flame spread to the harbour.
What if the orcs are sending another?
We need more help or she's lost.
We mustn't let the flames spread to the harbor!
What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicil? Those orcs, I'll tell you, they...
Shores? Here? In Sicil? Bah!
We need more help, or she's lost!
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up. If you're taking to the sea, leave a wide berth for... Curse them rotten greenskins. Ate me parrot, Polly, feathers and all.
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant. This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my and others' estimation. And I, Sergeant Courteous, have been trusted to guard it.
Well, a source hunter. A very hearty welcome to our humble warehouse. Have a look around. This Jake business is... Then again, and you didn't hear this from me, he's going through quite... I imagine his youngest, Kimberly, won't mind. Oh, it's an unparalleled pleasure.
Well, a source hunter. About time the council took us seriously. Maybe you can start with the two idiots hiding their pet orc here.
Away from there, you pilferer. Good.
Day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Ah, who better than a proven orc crusher to convince my dumbbell...
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's completely docile. But my prejudiced friend... My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore but this lovely orcish lady? For a brief second, as long as eternity, we locked eyes. Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore my sword and instead adroitly fling my pouch of trinkets towards her. A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly enamored. I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat.
Ah, I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on snake.
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure the effects of the potion will be everlasting, as printed.
You see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you...
Let her live. If that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place.
You're right. The infant...
Bravo! I trust not only the potion...
You're going to bringing your little...
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all. One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the
What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
What if the orcs are sending another fleet? Blasted orcs! Learn how to play with fire!
I don't know how you did that. Hocus pocus. I thought the old gal's fate was sealed when the orc shaman set his fiery gaze on her sail.
need to blow this one open. I've spotted something.
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized.
No, that would be an insult to the dead.
And a disgrace.
You step away.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine? Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Many friends as the man with many chases. Aaron has as many friends as the man with many chases.
These damn birds won't fetch more than a pittance.
Make your case.
But if a source hunter. Imagine that. No matter. Even if it could. Certainly, what would you like to know? The counselor. Terrible loss, that. Though we were hardly more. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned. I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men.
So, which of you is more deserving of luck? Excuse me, this is a private... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. I've been racking my brain trying to What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him. Quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders, nearly everyone in sight. You are? Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short.
Yes,
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. No, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning?
I don't know what I did to deserve this.
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Two Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious. Oh, yes. Proper introductions. Zixex, the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was, and is, and hopefully all that is to be. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time, how you got here, though, on such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time. Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I meant time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for show, don't tell. I always...
Might be quite mad.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's the portal? It's quite sprung to life. Just you, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true... Those torches, a light! This portal, active one. Goodness me, how right you are. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. say for sure where it came from. How? It's not that I then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. say for certain. If it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... Spoil the mystery. As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain. After you, after you. You first, but don't dilly-dally.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life as well. Is that so? Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source Hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the Void's insatiable hunger. For a reason I do not yet understand, you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. But we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course! That's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time. That shall never be. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost?
Not but a moment ago we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
So, what do you think?
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
So, what do you think, Source Hunter? Come, I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge. What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell! So, what do you think?
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the Weaver tells the truth, we have some serious work ahead of us.
What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell. The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon. Not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you. Is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time. Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why. Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, such a booklet does not exist. Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in my writings and on the Tapestry of Time. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient places of this world. Ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the... Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can.
I am the last chest, the last chest, the last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it! Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world, and each by each you'll discover...
They lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle and create. Where you arrive at conclusions, I spin origins besides.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzax, let us turn to the business at hand. And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. His foul murder and the plight of dying time must somehow be interconnected. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way. While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of time, I snuck into his house and had a look around.
Now, there's my pepper.
The advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even reward. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? But perhaps I speak only for myself. Not like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without... Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time. I'll not pretend to have all the... If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divine... I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of youthful Gore. He wondered aloud, what on earth? So I told him who I was and showed him my human. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable... Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I see. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest...
There's my pepper.
Dear me. Oh, how the coast reminds me of my long flame. I sailed the seas. I walked the worlds. Ah, the sun is out. And yet, I feel a cold inside my soul. The bane of age, the crux of years. Oh, how nice it is of you. Pray, let me... I am but an age. You would listen to my grievances. Hot spiced wine and a snug...
Excuses
going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? A magical parrot. Out! Now, if you please! This room is private.
I've got my eyes on the prize.
So you're just hanging around again, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
Made a big change on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if... No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed. Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. They call the undead. Oh, it's not merely an opportunity.
Of course I do.
Quite right. Adventure is...
See here. Too bad your line of work comes with...
Well, I can't say that I...
Yes, some...
Indeed. Indeed, gold is all. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter...
It's better to lead than to follow. That much is true.
I disagree.
You disagree with one another. But that proves you are firm-willed. That you have the... And that is exactly... you'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? What a gem... Now then, of course, by now the genial glow... Work hard. Fulfill contracts.
Oh, you think you can speak back, demon? Back or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that... See, I'm here on... Well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either. For one, what they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their... I came south seeking the Legion's help. Only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward. And even in my finest form. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross. Medora's the name.
Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
A fantastic plan, with 3 source hunters.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more...
That's the spirit. Listen closely now.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever...
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously... It's very tragic news. I am the Duke of Ferrell.
They say...
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed, so I was. What friend? Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do love Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle. So she likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, by all means. People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. Oh, don't mention orcs to...
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
I'm sure. Don't be seduced.
What have we here? As tall as an elf, strong as an orc, and my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? Well, you're exactly the person I've been searching for. That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come. If ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as... Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fables of the Hunter's Edge?
Greetings, traveler. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and... You mean you haven't heard? Oh, steel yourself, friend. For your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment by following her instructions. She came from on high to... She showed us that injury go on the path.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for any...
enemies have lain a trap. Sweet relief.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are that I am. I have spent more of my life on the road travelling alongside great caravans. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter. How gratifying to see you. You have seen them, have you not? Is Ponchon perhaps? Yes. I have the blood of sorcerers in my veins, and between you and me, the blood of sorcerers too.
You should be more careful, madam. I am a hunter, but as luck would have it, I'm not a zealot.
And neither am I. Be advised, though,
Gods have mercy. I talked openly about sorcery in front of a source hunter. What a fool I am. Thank you, O compassionate soul that you are, to treat me so leniently. I never have and never will really dabble in sorcery. On that you have my...
The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million breeder, they'll end. The game, yes! The elves of Gandavon. They lived in all undone. Every last one of us. I may be frail. I have tracked her down. By the curse of the spine spear I have. Yes. The Orcs, her name is that of a woman, her employment that of a civilized being. But by the fork of Barbara Man-Eater, she is nothing but an Orc, a sister of Victoria. Library.
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins.
He is as much a savage as those orcs. And how is Victoria guilty of her tribe's crime if she was but a babe at the time?
beaten.
Indeed, Victoria probably doesn't even know about her past. And yet she's on a, let's call him eccentrics hit list.
I smell.
See if you can choose the finest greens.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. This time.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer. Oh, what? Oh, you mean Sicil. They're the undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new and, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private Jake murdered? Oh yes, most of the townsfolk, as you can imagine, an all right bloke, apart from all this what now? Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, Cecil proved an old fool, though. The staff, his name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still... Well, I do believe that's something you... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th. Someone wants to see Victoria dead? Hear you me. You must stop that dog by any means necessary. As mayor of Sice, that depends. What kind of berries are you? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you marvelous.
I knew that dark-dealing old man dabbled in source. To the gallows, I say.
What? Oh, yes. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine. And she's got every speck of information about this place packed in. Yes. Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle. What? Oh, yes, yes.
A source hunter? Oh, me? I live alone here in town. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal. Calling his pet. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him that band of... Why don't...
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And a first edition, too. Most promising.
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? In the name of Amun-Hor, I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot. For I am, and he raised me like I was... Indeed you may. The Wikira is sore. Oh, do pardon my language, my friend. But that is quite the startling revelation. So much sadness, so much... Does he not see that I am now the one who is to be... So, let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, my amulet? But it is Haxmagi, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part with my talisman, the keepsake of my soul.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And a first edition, too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
You may try and trick me out of my amulet, but you...
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced.
Volume 1.
Is there no
Volume
new
2?
book to be discovered in this library?
One gone. Shamsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs.
Omnes autem. What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my... Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. But no. A source hunter. That is what you are. Why? Simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. Now, I hate what I hunt, but this is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. On one condition. That on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities. No...
Very well. There will...
Agreed. Nothing...
Most gratifying.
Kaj Dinor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine. Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem!
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice of the water. Thank the seven we secured.
Sigurd's beard, what a find!
Source Hunter. I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful... We've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory. Lieutenant Selenia at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second-in-command. But now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition, and even rivalry between our orders. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil, the undead. I pitied them. The bravest among my men. I shall be very glad to share what... If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. 3 landmarks were chosen. There's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs. The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires. There are ancient burial local archaeology. There's a church to the north. All superstitious mumbo-jumbo. So I did. The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you see. So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful, they just bought themselves a boat ride home.
You don't think it's effective, do you?
No, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, Screech woman. The beast speaks? So you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and ached an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Furious. You'll only encourage it. think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman.
The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and ached an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast furious. You'll only encourage it. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman.
The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and ached an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast furious. You'll only encourage it. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows.
Hey, who's that then? Come on.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
I'd say you ought to take her off our hands if you had the space.
Sorry, sir. Ready to advance, ready to... But while you do...
Careful, Source Hunter. If I keep my...
Well, that's to be decided. She does...
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing.
After all...
Well, that's a relief.
Heed me, Source Hunter.
Source Hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible. In home forests, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
If you say it is so, then wary I will be. As the...
Attention! About face! To the barracks, march! Recruits, that was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots will embarrass a brick boat.
Sorry, sir.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter. Gods up! Nevertheless, the scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. Esmeralda is What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? That...
can I help you, my friend? What? I'd never. What a delight she is. The temperament of a tiger. The
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir! No, sir!
Good to have you back, Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes indeed.
Cruel fortune.
You there! You look like an
My word!
Tricks of the kids! This here is the greatest illusion in Andaman!
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and churn!
These damn birds won't take more than a
Pay the
piece.
big change on your book for the whale of the good stuff!
Say, no one's around.
Burrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat with...
Come now! I'll be good for it, I swear! I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during... So what do you think?
Everyone needs a hand now and then. Take the fish, and none but us will be the...
True enough.
That's the spirit!
Sir, did you just steal?
No, I picked...
You were a wit...
This man is telling the truth.
Quite so.
I can't thank you enough.
Well, sorry to have bothered...
Pay the big change on your book for the whale of the good stuff!
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while.
Greetings, Source Hunter. Not exactly the friend...
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights I never...
That inspiration,
source hunters. I've been eagerly expecting you. You found another starstone, haven't you? Go on, go on. Ask me how I know. Play when you know what to look for, and luckily, I do. Do you remember when you first arrived on this plane, when the dormant portal that led us to this hall sprang to life? It's happened again, my friend, and now it's all connected. You don't imagine that I... No, I'm sure it's nothing. It's just that But this is only speculation.
What an impressive run.
So it is.
Deo
All
cry.
fit for king.
For edua. Leos val edu. Gra hime.
You. It cannot be you. But it can. Oh, but oh. How weak you have become. As weak as that it has come to this.
He won't believe me, the fiend.
Well, wouldn't you look... Of course, Chief. But make... Back again, and not a moment too soon. Wait till you see.
Who do you think that creature in there was?
I haven't the foggiest. But the eerie bit is that she seems to know us.
Oh, there's my pepper. Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Perhaps she wants to...
How intolerable it is to think that all the knowledge of the world is being... And yet I am a tad jealous of that jabbering little jester. To know all. It is a constant... You'll rue the day you lend your trust to anything that is... Let us learn, Hunter.
Peace be with you, traveller. May your lost loved ones rest in peace. Rest.
That shovel has proven worth its weight, it seems.
Indeed. And who knows what manner of riches we'll unearth together with this tried and true treasure digger.
Enough to finish the...
One man's trash is another man's trash.
The outskirts of Sicil are infested with us.
Venomous sister, attack!
Spirits of water, show your strength.
This is the end for you!
Back on my feet again! I bind you in solemn battle.
You see a shady-looking figure fishing coins of gold out of the muddy water that pools beneath the well. So absorbed is he in his coin hoarding that at first he doesn't notice your presence. Suddenly, though, your friendly tone of voice has immediate effect. The man quickly relaxes his... Mute. Can't speak. You look professional. You the source hunter the wizard asked for? Excitedly, the man turns over the scrap and pens a few more lines.
Name's Walgraf. I admire you. No hero like Source Hunter. Scythian, dead end. Please let me join you.
Walgraf nods enthusiastically and...
Been mute since I was a kid. Sorcerers took my voice, get money, food, where I want to help you. I'm useful.
Well, Walgraf notices there's no room left in your party.
What can I do for you? Do you now?
Walgraf looks at you expectantly. Clearly, Walgraf eagerly catches your gaze.
I could use someone with your specific type of expertise. Consider yourself hired.
Be welcome, Walgraf.
Walgraf smiles and shakes.